afternoon, everyone. Imagine looking in the mirror every day and seeing someone completely different from what everyone else sees. Even if your family, friends, or doctors tell you that you are dangerously underweight, your mind still tells you that you need to lose more weight. For people living with anorexia nervosa, this can be their daily reality. Today, I'll be talking about anorexia nervosa because it is one of the most misunderstood mental illness. Many people think it is simply about wanting to be thin, but it is actually a serious eating disorder that affects both the body and the mind. Understanding the disorder can help us become more aware and more compassionate towards those who struggle with it. To prepare for this speech, I researched information from reliable resources including the National Institute of Mental Health, the Mayo Clinic, and the National Eating Disorder Association. Today, I'll explain that anorexia nervosa is, discuss what causes it and who may be at risk, and finally explain its effects and the treatments available. Let's begin by understanding what anorexia nervosa is. Anorexia is a serious eating disorder characterized by an intense fear of gaining weight and distorted body image. People with this disorder often believe they are overweight even when they are medically underweight. Because of these thoughts, they may restrict the amount of food they eat, skip meals, or become obsessed with calories and weight. Anorexia affects much more than eating habits. It also affects a person's thoughts, emotions, and daily life. Many individuals experience anxiety, depression, or obsessive thoughts about food and body image. These thoughts can become so overwhelming that they interfere with school, work, relationships, and everyday activities. It is also important to know that anorexia can affect anyone. Although it is commonly associated with teenage girls, people of all genders, ages, and backgrounds can develop this disorder. Now that we understand what anorexia nervosa is, let's look at what causes it. There is no single cause of anorexia nervosa. Instead, experts believe it developed because of a combination of biological and environmental factors. One possible factor is genetics. Research suggests that people with a family history of eating disorders or certain mental health conditions may have a higher risk of developing anorexia. Psychological factors also play an important role. Many people with anorexia struggle with perfectionism, anxiety, low self-esteem, or a strong desire to feel in control. Restricting food may become a way of coping with stress or difficult emotions. Environmental influence can also contribute. Social media, advertisements, and unrealistic beauty standards often place pressure on people to achieve a certain body type. Constant comparison to edited image or influencers may negatively affect body image, especially among young people. However, social media alone does not cause anorexia. Usually, several different factors work together. Now that we've discussed the causes, let's talk about the effects and treatment. Anorexia nervosa can have serious consequences for both physical and mental health because the body does not receive enough nutrients. It begins to slow down. People may experience extreme weight loss, weakness, dizziness, hair loss, trouble concentrating, and feel cold most of the time. Over time, anorexia can damage the heart, weaken bones, and affect many other organs. The emotional effects can also be severe. Many people isolate themselves from family and friends because eating becomes stressful. They may lose interest in activities they once enjoyed and struggle with anxiety or depression. The good news is that recovery is possible. Treatment usually includes medical care, nutrition, counseling, and therapy. Mental health professionals help individuals develop healthier thoughts and behaviors, while doctors and dietitians help restore physical health. Family and friends can also play an important role by offering encouragement and support throughout recovery. Although recovery may take time, many people are able to recover and live healthy, fulfilling lives. Early treatment greatly improves the chance of recovery. As I conclude my speech, let's review the three main points we discussed today. First, anorexia is a serious mental illness that affects both the body and the mind. Second, it develops because of a combination of biological, physiological, and environment factors. Finally, although anorexia can have serious health consequences, recovery is possible with proper treatment and support. Understanding anorexia nervosa helps reduce stigma and reminds us that people living with disorders deserve compassion rather than judgment. The more we educate ourselves, the better we can support those who may be struggling. Thank you for all your time and for listening.
Very